Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. And before I really go in depth on a lot of the things I want to talk about in this video, I just want to say real quick, for all those XRP holders out there, you might be following a lot of these individuals on Twitter that are telling you complete nonsense. This is not me, bringing up hate or anything like that towards specific individuals or anything like that. But I seen this tweet earlier today, and I really just want to bring it up. I want to put a little bit of light on it and just focus on why you guys need to be vigilant and you need to stay focused on the bigger picture. So, listen. XRP holders out there, the XRP community, you guys are being manipulated. You guys are being told specific things to get you to click, to get you to view things, to get you to do this, that, whatever. I want you all to understand the real value behind XRP. I also want you guys to realize what's happening right now around the entire market. We do see here, this is a tweet saying the bull run for XRP is now just about to begin. You've been warned. This was posted on the 21st. Now, as we look at XRP, I actually have the chart open over here. This on the 3-day span. I love looking at the 3-day. For anybody who wants to look at charts, I highly suggest you look at the 3-day chart. It is a very great time frame to look at. Now, here is the, let's go to the daily span, and let's go to the 21st. So here's the 21st. XRP goes to about like 41.5 cents, comes back down to test about like 39.5 cents, then it runs up to about 43 cents. Biggest problem that I see on this chart right now is, one, we hit major resistance. This is the 618. This is 43.35. Exact test of it. This is the level that we tested back in May of 2022 before we had this massive crash. There is quite a bit of resistance here. Now, also on the 5-day span, I've been looking at the 5-day span. You could clearly see quite a bit of resistance here. And then on the daily span, you could also see that we are under the 200 daily EMA. We have failed to break out of it. We have been fighting this EMA for a while. We got above it back here in September, but we couldn't sustain it and we ended up losing it. And when we lost it in November, that's when we lost it significantly. This is due to the FTX situation. So I am looking at XRP, and I've been telling you guys, pay attention to where you could accumulate XRP at on a nice low. For example, I've been looking at the 382 level. The 382 is a perfect level to look at. That's 37 cents. Down to about 33.5 cents is pretty good area. That's a lot of support down there. Now, I have also been outlining my ideas around why we could see 22 cents to 27 some cents. When we look at XRP, it's mainly looking at the XRP Bitcoin chart and really kind of just looking at where we are at currently and just really looking at if we can come back down and test the demand range from the summer of last year. So I'm looking at this. I'm also watching Bitcoin closely. I'm just saying, don't FOMO in to XRP when you start to see these tweets saying like, hey, the bull run's back on. We're about to go parabolic. We're about to do this. We're about to do that. Just try to stay vigilant, try to stay on par, try not to play like into your emotions, and don't let your emotions get played by these individuals. Just remain cautious. Right now, I think the best thing that we could do is just remain cautious, because we are starting to see a lot of altcoins hitting significant resistance, and they'll most likely come back down and retest some nice lows, or possibly just retest support that we recently seen. If you're looking at XRP and you're looking at like a support range, I think like 39 cents down to possibly like 37 cents could be a nice area, but I'm betting on 37 cents down to about like 33 cents to be retested yet again. But with all of that in mind, we started to see quite a bit of volume though. In the last couple days, more so going back to the daily span, when we started to kind of break out, this was a nice price move back in the on the 11th, but then recently, I think it was on the 20th, when we broke out of 40 some cents, we ended up going to about like 42 cents, followed by 43 plus cents, hitting that 43 cent resistance zone. This was due to quite a bit of volume, just jumping into XRP. Shout out to XPunk DS over here, but XRP pumped 4% in the last 24 hours, nearly 10% in the last 7 days, close to 350 million XRP got transferred from Binance in the past 24 hours alone. This is just the beginning. The chain giant is about to wake up. And again, a lot of this is just to kind of engage farm. It's totally fine, but when we really kind of look at this, yeah, there was quite a bit of volume coming in. In fact, 500 million XRP wired as XRP sees large inflows this year. If we go over here to U.dot today, we do see hundreds of millions of XRP wired as XRP sees large inflows this year. And this was 656 million XRP that got moved. And there's many other altcoins, by the way, that got a lot of money pouring into them. A few of them I've been focused on, like LCX, ALBT, QNT also had some nice inflows. HBAR seen a nice little move as well. The Graph, there's been a lot of tokens that were starting to break out a little bit, but there was two massive transactions that stand out. There was over 250 million XRP and then 221 million XRP, with also a few other ones. But these were like the main two because they were worth anywhere between $89 to $100 million plus, which is crazy to see. So yeah, we're starting to see quite a bit of inflows. Now, why do I think that we started to see a lot of buying of XRP? Why do I think that we started to see a little bit of price moves and things like that? Well, I believe that there is going to be a big event happening at the end of this month. And you guys might be thinking, what could it be? Well, it's going to be the overall hearing around LBRY. So we do see Ripple Ally versus the SEC. Here's why upcoming January 30th hearing might be the most important. Now, this is from John E. Deaton. Again, I always tell you guys, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not into the law area. I have no experience in law. I just kind of go off of what we know from individuals like John E. Deaton, Jeremy Hogan, and also James K. Filan. So we do see back to LBRY and LBC, the SEC concedes that the majority of LBC token holders are users, the very thing Hinman said that didn't apply to securities laws, yet the SEC refuses to distinguish those users and exempt them from the application of those security laws. The January 30th LBRY case hearing is one of the most important events in crypto. By the way, when the transcript of the November 21st, 2022 LBRY hearing is made public, the on-the-record statements made by Jeremy Kauffman to the judge need to be sent to every senator and congressman. So this could change quite a bit of things as we really kind of focus on, these dates. Are we going to see a massive move or anything like that? Who knows what could actually happen from here on out? But I will say right now, as we look at things happening around this is going to guide a lot of these lawmakers on what to do next. These court battles, these legality issues around crypto in terms of like regulations. Regulations are not going to happen overnight. We've talked about this in a video recently. John E. Deaton actually said that in terms of like regulations, it's most likely going to happen within like the first or second quarter of 2025. Which again, does that mean that we won't see settlement or anything like that around like the XRP case? No, not necessarily. Remember, the XRP case is not going to set into motion like regulatory clarity for every asset. No, it's just going to be XRP itself, which is a big game changer, by the way. But still, we focus on these events because these do have a lot of a lot of weight to them in terms of the current SEC case with XRP. Now, also over here, we do see SEC versus Ripple. Chris and I had the option to settle separately. That's how confident Chris and I are that we are right. And yes, I do believe that Ripple with XRP, I think that they are very confident. Shout out to XRP_Crow for this. We've been focused on this for a while because, at the end of the day, when we look at the SEC case versus Ripple, it is a very significant one. I would argue that's probably bigger than LBRY, but LBRY is definitely one that we've been focused on, and it's been one that I've been watching for a very long time. In fact, I told you guys that the rolling from that case could have significant effects on rollings going forward because they will utilize this as an example set in place to focus on every other major case, which is why I say as we focus right now after January 30th, we want to focus on the Ripple SEC case going forward because this is going to be the next big event, if not going to be the biggest event, because this could change a lot of what we see around regulations within crypto. But right now, we know that the SEC itself has really been, going all the way back to like 2018. The SEC themselves has had a ton of corruption on their hands. We do see Congress SEC versus Ripple is now in the hands of the judge, and now it's proven the SEC has misled Congress and the markets. No more excuses. When SEC investigation, when hearings, when new day coming. Shout out to Digital Asset Investor for this, but listen closely to this video and focus on the bigger picture in it.
In 2018, then SEC official Bill Hinman gave a speech declaring that Ether is not a security.
We believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
He made us believe it was guidance to the market.
It was the first time we had expressed to the world that we didn't view Ether as a security.
And again, you know, this is why everyone has talked about ETHgate and Ethereum, and you know how there is no fair ruling on any sort of like regulatory guidelines. And you know, when we really kind of look at the bigger picture here, it is focused on like why does the SEC continue to not talk about and disclose any information around Ethereum? They only say Bitcoin. They only say Bitcoin. That's the only one that they really kind of focus on. Again, like there's no transparency at all from the SEC side.
But Gary Gensler's SEC says this speech was not guidance. That's not what the markets thought.
The SEC has started to weigh in. Just last week, Bill Hinman communicated that Ether was considered a commodity, not a security.
Even then, SEC Commissioner Robert Jackson made us think it was guidance to the market.
He gave a speech where he laid out, here's how we think about this, and gave a set of principles that the market can follow. From time to time, the SEC does its best work, not through the cumbersome and formal rulemaking process, but instead by talking to the market. Help me understand how to do this right. And we're working on it. Hinman gave a speech.
And all the while, Bill Hinman was being paid $15 million from a law firm promoting Ethereum. Then Hinman left the SEC to be a partner at the biggest crypto investment fund. Why did Bill Hinman give that speech? How many millions of reasons did he have? It's time for an investigation of the conflicts of interest by SEC officials like Hinman. Only Congress has oversight on the SEC. Demand your lawmakers support an investigation. Connect to Congress today.
And yeah, I mean, like I feel as, and I say this a lot with like any XRP holder out there that does feel like we got completely screwed, that we got misled. And it's not just us either. It's these companies as well. Like Ripple was utilizing the Ethereum speech as guidance. Almost every major player around this market was utilizing that speech as guidance. And, you know, as an investor, as a retail investor in this space, I don't feel protected. I feel as if the SEC utilized their power, their ego, against us. $15 billion in damages. That's the cost of this case. Now think about the taxpayer money that also is going into this case. I mean, it's been what? Two years and a month now? Almost 2 years and 2 months? And think about how much wasted taxpayer money went in to fund the SEC and their complete nonsense shenanigans. So just think about that. Now, with all that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.